Hey guys, today we will see that what HTML is. It's my first tutorial to an HTML. So let's start. First of all, we'll see that what HTML basically stands for. It is known as Hypertext Markup Language. We'll discuss it later that why do we call it Hypertext Markup Language. Uh, let's start now. So first of all, the first thing which we really need to declare into our document of HTML while writing the code is doc type. The doc type is not an HTML tag. It is an introduction. It is an instruction to the web browser about what version of HTML the page is written in. It means that it is not for us. We write it on the top of our code so that the web browser easily understands that in what version of HTML our code is written in. So for now, just remember that we'll use it at the top of the code of HTML. The first thing we will do in our HTML code is declaring the doc type element. Let's move on. What our tags are? Basically, it's an introduction. So first of all, we will likely to cover our theoretical part so that we can, when it comes to the code, we can easily think that what should we do now. So let's discuss what tags are. The HTML text tells the browser that this is an HTML document. It means that it is not for us. We'll mention it in our code so that when we run it onto the Google Chrome, it will tell us that it will tell the browser that this code is of HTML. So as we have looked at the previous slide, that means in which it is written that HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So what is markup? As you can see in the example that HTML less than sign, greater than sign, and in between there is an HTML, and at the end there is an less than sign, greater than sign, and HTML closed. It means that HTML tag is opened and HTML tag is closed. It means that it is a markup language. What we should if we want to mention something, we will mention in between these markups. Let's move on. Title. It is an important concept. It is very easy to understand what title tags are there. It is only the theoretical part, and HTML is not that much difficult. So let's start now. Title. So what title is, as you can see in the example, that title is which will appear at the top left into the web browser. As you can see that I have written HTML introduction in between of the title. If you written something else, it will show you something else onto the top left of the web browser. Headings. So as we know that when we are creating a web page or something like that, we'll need some headings so that we can mention our important stuff into it. So as you can see on the left there is a code, and on the right it is showing that how it looks into the web browser. So heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. Let me tell you guys that we have total 6 headings, and they vary with respect to size only. Heading 1 is larger than heading 2, while heading 2 is larger than heading 3, and so on. Let's move forward now on paragraph. As you guys know that I have told you guys before that HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and what markups are, what markups mean, that everything is written into the marks, like P. If P is open, then P is closed, and in between everything in between the tags, the HTML browser consider it as one. For example, it is written, this is my first paragraph, in between P tags mean the browser will take it as a paragraph. So it will show it something like this. This is my first paragraph. So formatting text. It is just a styling of text. that how text will look onto the browser. For example, there are tag italic, and as I told you guys before that we are now learning about HTML, and it is a markup language, so everything there on the web page will be inside the markups. Italic, so you can see in the examples that this is my first paragraph. I have made italic only first. I have opened I sign before first and closes after first. So according to my code, the italic, it should make italic only, it should apply the italic tag only on the first word. So you can see that for the word first is somehow tilde. Let's move on. Bold tag. As we have discussed before about markups, so bold, B means bold, so it makes it is only there on first, that's why it is making first bold. Let's move on. They are very easy tags. Other tags are emphasis, which is known as EM, 2 superscript 4, it means 2 power 4, H subscript 2 subscript closed, O H2O, it is known as subscript. This text is deleted, it means that it is no longer available or it is no longer valid, something like that. The all tags are there on the right side of the page of the slide. There are a number of tags like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. There are 10 total 10 tags. You can we will see them later that how they really works, as it is an introduction part, so we are just trying to make you familiar with the terms. So let's move forward. In HTML we also have lists. For example, we always have lists when we are talking about an HTML page or web page. For example, if we are into the educational side, we have a list of classes, and under that list we have a number of students. So for example, let's see the slide HTML list. There are 3 types of lists: unordered, ordered, and definition lists. For these 3 lists, we have 3 different tags. That, for example, for unordered list we have UL, for ordered list we have OL, for definition lists we have DL. If you are a little bit confused, please don't worry and don't think that you can't do it. It is a very easy stuff. You are thinking that it's difficult because you are looking it for the first time. So wait and just try to listen and grasp terms that what it really is. It's a very easy thing. Once you get familiar with it, you will also say that it's not a thing to worry about. So let's you can see the example at the bottom of the picture. An ordered list, so you will gold, silver, bronze, and an ordered list there is a number. For example, the first difference you might note that the first difference between unordered list and ordered list is that unordered lists are there in the bullets form and ordered lists are there in the numeric form. Now let's move on definition lists. What it is, we basically use definition lists when we want to define something. When we are defining the definition, so we will just first use the term, and under that term we'll define it, that what that term is really about. That you can see that DT definition term is gold, and after that DD for the best. It means that we are defining the term gold, which is for the best, and after that we are defining the term silver, second best. Let's move on. So as we have seen list, so we can also have nested lists. As you can see in this picture, that we have created a list, a student, and under that we have ordered list, and after that we have another list, John, Mary, Peter. On the right you can see it, that how it looks onto the web browser. A students, number 1 John, number 2 Mary, number 3 Peter. these both examples are about ordered list, but you might, or according to your need, you can use unordered list. If you use UL here, the only difference it will make to the structure is that the number will disappear and the bullets will come on and replace the numeric form. It means the numbers. The only difference between UL and OL is this. So let's move on. Now we are on tables. As you can see on different web pages that we have tables. If you are on a healthy web page, you may look that healthy food or unhealthy food table might be divided into a two part. So let's see that how it works. On the left side there is a code, and on the right side there is an example that how it looks onto the browser. So you can see you can see on the right side that there are 3 rows and 3 columns. And now see on the left that, for as we have told you before, that we are studying the markup language, so everything which we want to make appear onto the web page should be inside the markup tags. So inside the table we first make a tag of tr and close it, and inside the tr tag we have td, which is known as column. Tr is for row and td is for column. So inside one row we want 3 columns, and you can see it on the right that it is working according to the code. As come on to the left picture, now we are on second row, and in the second row we now only want 3 columns. So the table is created according to our condition. On the third row we will have the same condition, so it is of 3 rows and 3 columns. If you are not getting it, please don't worry about it. When we are moving on and when we are practicing it, you will be getting clear that what we are talking about. And still, if you have any query, you can mail me or you can comment below to ask me. I will definitely reply you as soon as possible. Let's move on. So it is the end of the slide. We have a lot of chunk remaining with respect to HTML. We will see it when we are practicing it, but first of all, please kindly look on these terms, so that when we are practicing the code, you will really not worried about that what it is really about. Thank you. Let's meet you in the next lecture. If you really like the video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and if you have any query, please do ask questions. I will reply you guys as soon as possible. Thank you.